ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु पत्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवयां भगवतीम् उत्तमश्लोकीं भक्तिं भवति नैष्ठिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 8. Lord Krishna shows the universal form. Text 17. Canto 10, Chapter 8, Text 17. Puranena vrajapade, Puranena vrajapade, Sadhavo dashu pidida, Sadhavo dashu pidida, अराजके रक्ष्यमाणा, अराजके रक्ष्यमाणा, जिज्ञोर्दस्यो समेधिता, जिज्ञोर्दस्योन् समेधिता। पुरा, formerly, Anena, by Krishna, Brajapati, O King of Braja, Sadhava, those who are honest, Dasyupidida, being disturbed by rogues and thieves, Arajake, when there was an irregular government, Rakshiyamana, were protected, Jigyu, conquered, Dasyun, the rogues and thieves, Samedidaha, flourished. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada Jai. O Nanda Maharaja, as recorded in history, when there was an irregular, incapable government, Indra having been dethroned, and the people are being harassed and disturbed by thieves, the child appeared in order to protect the people and enable them to flourish. And he garbed the rogues and thieves. Purport. Indra is the king of the universe. Demon, thieves and rogues always disturb Indra. Indrari Vyakulam Lokam. But when Indraris, the enemies of Indra, become prominent, Krishna appears. Krishnastu Bhagavan Soyam, Indrari Vyakulam Lokam, Mridayandi Yuke Yuke. Bhagavatam Canto 1, text, Chapter 3, text 28. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bole Sumade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dhanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashatta Deshadarine Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Kadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. First of all, I seek the blessings of all Vaishnavas to make my presentation according to the Parampara without offenses to anybody. Hare Krishna. This verse is by Gargamuni. After Krishna's birth, when the ceremony was done, Gargamuni came to see his horoscope and to predict future. This is one of the Gargamuni statement of Krishna's future as a child. The essence is, whenever there is disturbance, sadhavo, good people are harassed, arajake, wrong people are flourishing, then the child has already appeared and controlled them, the rogues and thieves. That is his eternal job. That's a prediction he is telling. It's very well, we all know from Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhuna, vinasaya duskritam, dharma samsthapanataya sambhavami yuge yuge. Very clearly, Lord also tells like that. Paritranaya sadhuna. Sadhavo sadhu. He wants to protect the sadhu. Vinasaya duskritam. Rogues and thieves. He has to kill them, vinasaya, destruct. Dharma samsthapanataya, establish the dharma. For that sambhavami yuga yuga is taking avatar all yugas. Here the Lord is two essential points. Krishna is taking his avatar according to Bhagavad Gita, according to this verse. Krishna takes avatar or his Hamsa or Kala. They are all for the protection of devotees and destruction of asuras. But Acharyas, they very clearly mention, for protecting devotees or killing asuras, Lord need not come himself. One of his weapons or one of his potencies will do that job. Even Lord is so powerful, by his thought also he can do the job. Therefore, the essence of his, then what is the main reason for his avatara? Lord takes avatar, this Acharya's version, mainly to leave his leelas back, so that it can be enjoyed by people, devotees, or eternally, like we are enjoying Krishna's pastimes after so many years, 5,000 years. That is the purpose also for devotees. He also enjoys having the association of devotees and leelas. That's why the real purpose the Lord appears is to have his leelas. And in that context, Lord need not to come for distracting. Even though in the all avatar we see Lord is killing asuras in Rama avatar or Krishna avatar. All the avatars we see Lord is killing asuras. But Acharyas mentions it's not really, even in the Krishna avatar, it's not the Krishna's that some particular potency killed the asura, not that Krishna's directly kills them. His job is always blissful. Like Prabhupada always mentions, some foreigner came and saw all the deities, vigrahas in India. Finally came to the conclusion, only Krishna is God, not others are not God. Then what was the reason for, how did he come to that conclusion when it was asked? He told, every God is doing some work, but Krishna is blissfully dancing. Therefore the idea is, Krishna is always blissful. He doesn't do any job. This type of killing or protecting, this is not his job. Some potency, Amsa, will do the job. Otherwise, Lord also doesn't want to kill. Lord also, protection is automatically done. Even killing asuras, Lord doesn't want to kill the asuras. Even his mother, Lakshmi, they don't want. In Ramayana there is an incident how Lord and these things, they don't want to kill asuras. When Rama and Sita, Lakshman, they were moving around Dandakanya forest, the rishis of the forest are requesting him, we are disturbed by all the asuras here, so many asuras. They are disturbing heavily. In particular, at the end of the yajna, we are doing yajna. That particular time they make dirty of the yajna and we are unable to complete the yajna. We can kill these asuras with our own power. But we will be wasting our spiritual energy. Ramana very clearly mentions when the rishis are talking to Rama, by their thoughts or words or curse, they can kill all the asuras. But that will reduce their spiritual energy. Also, that is not our Swabhava. We are sadhus. When you are becoming sadhus, our Swabhava is not to kill or fight or argue or discuss. But you are Satriya. It's your duty to protect us. Therefore, you please protect us. Rama immediately agreed. Yes, I'll kill all asuras of Dandakanya forest and protect. Then particular moment, they are all about to leave that, go into the Dandakanya forest. Mother Sita approaches Rama very sober way, very friendly way. She brings up the topic very gentle way. She was not happy Rama is going to kill asuras. Therefore, she brings up the topic in a very gentle way. People who have desires, 3 ways it comes out. She mentions the 3 points. One is they will tell lies. Second is they will be attracted to the ladies. Third is they will kill unharmful people. Manandini Shastram tells 10, but Sita quotes 3. And then gently she tells, you are never disturbed by ladies. I know very well. You don't have that problem. You never tell lies also. I know that you are very gentle. But I am seeing some symptoms in you for the third one. Now you have agreed to this Tandakarniya rishis that you will kill all asuras. But they are not coming in your way. They are not disturbing you. They are not anyway obstructing you. Why you are killing without any cause? And she is telling in a very gentle way. Therefore, also, now we are here as mendicants. We are not here as Kshatriyas. We are using tapas. Therefore, let us adopt what we are here. We are living in the forest. We live according to the rule of this forest. We don't make any war or things. This is for city, not for forest. See, very gently too, one full chapter she is telling. She is producing one by not to kill the asuras, and I fear it may separate us also. Then on hearing all the words of this Sita, is a Valmiki Ramayana Aranya Kanda, one chapter fully is there. She is telling a small story also to Rama. To insist how the nature will be spoiled by the association of weapon. She is telling, don't take weapons. Why do you take weapons? Now we are here for tapasi life. Like if we are devotees, we are here to practice our devotion, not anything else. Like that he is telling, we are here for tapas. Why do we take? She tells a small story. Once there was a yogi who was very strongly meditating and very successfully he was doing all his tapas. When somebody does the tapas very powerfully, then Indra gets fear. Why? He feared that his position will be lost. Anywhere somebody is advancing in spiritual things, Indra gets difficulty. We know about Prithu Maharaja story also. Prithu Maharaja, he did 99 yagyas, Ashwamedha yagya. When he was about to do 100th yagya, Indra disturbed him so much. Once he came in the sannyasi form to steal the horses. Like that, this tapasya also, when he was becoming strong, Indra got agitated. But he came in a king's form to him and handed over his sword to this tapasi. Please keep this sword very carefully. I am going somewhere. I will come and collect this sword after some time, after some days. He left the sword with this tapasi, the mendicant. The days went, Indra left. But since he has to protect this sword, he is always keeping the sword nearby. Who is doing this tapasi? Whenever he goes for collecting roots and fruits, he is taking it with him. In sleeping also keeping nearby. Every situation the sword is with him. And Sita continues. These tapas, even though very strong, very powerful, because of the constant association of the sword with him, he slowly started getting very heavy Rajoguna. And because of that Rajoguna, he started offending and doing unwanted harms to the jivas. As a consequence of all these offenses and unwanted harms he did to the jivas, he fell down from his position. And this is the story told by Sita to Rama. Therefore, don't associate too much with the weapons. When you go back, Ayodhya, that time you become king, use this. But in the forest, don't use it. Like we tell in the ashram, don't fight. Ashram is meant for sadhva guna way practicing. It's not a place for fighting. Similarly, this is forest. We need to be according to the rules of the forest. Please kindly don't kill. And the asuras are not coming in our way. Why did you promise without they are coming in our way to kill them? This was the biggest request. Then Rama answered, it's my duty, even if they don't ask, I have to protect them. Also when somebody is in disturbance, I have to do. This is my duty. Even though I am not responsible for this forest, but when I told Bharata, you rule the country, I rule the forest. That's what I told and came here. Now it is my duty, I have to protect them. And he mentions also that they are powerful. By their curse they can kill every asura, but they are not in the sattva guna. Like we devotees, we got also for sattva guna. Then telling so much nicely, convincing Sita, but Sita was not fully convinced. That's why that some acharya they are again quoting. But it is the desire of Mother Sita not to kill asuras by weapon. That almost he fulfilled Krishna in Krishna Avadar. He killed every asura by his anga, by his organs. Starting from Putana, he killed by checking, by mouth. Trinavarta by hugging on his neck, and the Sakadasura by kicking. And you see almost all asuras Krishna was killing, Arshtasura, Homasura, everybody almost by his hands and legs and mouth and other things. And never, even at the extreme things, even the war he didn't participate. Mahabharata war also he didn't participate. And he was trying to maintain that word. Some place he used to chakra to kill Sisubala and some other places. But he mostly followed that he didn't take the weapon. But in Mahaprabhu Avadar, he was very merciful. He killed, Prabhupada mentions 4 or 5 places that Lord, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he came, he killed only Asura Guna, not Asuras. Therefore, we also need to kill Asuras, their Asura Guna, not their body. That is the truth also. By killing somebody, what is the benefit? That Guna is not going to change. Birth after birth, that character is going to come again and again. Therefore, the whole purpose is to kill the Asura Guna, not Asura's body. Body is outer cover. That inner thing is Guna. That should be killed. That's why Mahaprabhu gave us Hare Krishna Mahamantra to kill the Asura Guna. By chanting, Prabhupada tells we are coming out of this Asura Guna. We have to come. We are unable to come out means still we are not chanting properly. Our Asura Guna, we have to come out. And Therefore, the whole sequence, Lord is mainly taking care. Mahaprabhu Avadara, our character should be, Asura Guna should be killed, not the body. We don't kill the body, we kill the Asura Guna. Therefore, these Avadaras are really, the purpose is not to kill the Asura. That's what I am trying to come back. Real purpose of Avadara is to enjoy the pastimes. In particular, Krishna's Avadar, his pastimes are very famous. And we know, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu we hear, Lord Krishna has 64 qualities. Lord Vishnu 60. And Shiva and Brahma 55. And other jivas maximum 50. That also not full to some percentage. Among these 64, 4 are very prominent with the Lord. One is Leela. First is Leela Madhurya. Leela Madhurya. So much is Leelas are enjoyed. In particular, his childish things and very, very enjoyable for his. Then Leela Madhurya, then Bhakta Madhurya is very happy to associate with the devotees. And that way also is enjoying. Then his beauty, like a Tribangi, also keeping this peacock, it's a very special his beauty. Then Venu Madhurya is Venu. By flute he can attract all living entities. These are the 4 special Leela characters mentioned about speciality of Lord things. And when we are really seeing that Lord's appearance is only for associating and giving the devotion. All others are secondary features which are fulfilled by his amsas, some potency. Also, Krishna here is a supreme, and that's why the Prabhupada is offering that Bhagavatam 1 sloka, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Because Krishna is, Swayam means on his own is Bhagavan, not by, he became Bhagavan, he is always Bhagavan. Swayam means on his own eternally. That's why Krishna as a Bhagavan, he has come to this planet and he doesn't need to do all these things. His only job is to enjoy the Leelas, have pastimes with the devotees. This is the essence of Krishna's Avadar. All other secondary features, all other purpose, they are automatically fulfilled by other particular amsa. When Lord comes, his main duty is associated with the devotees. That's why Krishna Avadar in particular is so much powerful as influence in devotional activities. And we devotees, all sorts of people can relish his pastimes and leelas. Nobody can escape. Everybody will enjoy that. Such a way, his pastimes have all the potencies, all the details. This Gargamuni is predicting particular way, but the real purpose is Lord comes for different purposes, and Krishna essentially come to Asura is what is mentioned here. But asuras can be automatically killed by thoughts. Even the rishis can kill by curse, or to talk about Lord. He can do without his coming. And his coming in a full-blooded form means with all as a supreme, complete and whole as a Krishna comes means his purpose are different. That's how Acharya is differently explaining. Hare Krishna. Any doubts, questions? Any doubts, questions, clarifications, comments? Dharmatma Prabhu, any comments? Bhaskar Prabhu. Can you reduce the sound? Yes, Prabhu.
To maintain that sadhu state for Vaishnavas, I feel it is difficult. And already I hear from your speech. In the management also, we have to sometimes follow the passion. So, how to understand this?
The question is in the 4 ashramas, 3 ashramas it may be possible, but grihastha ashrama little tough for maintaining this type of guna, sattva guna and all those things. Yes, this is a very common, devotion is very special. As I mentioned, you can use any gunas, but it should be for the devotion service. And also with the permission and guidance of the devotees. And it doesn't restrict, even all asrama people also can use it. And the purpose is to serve the Lord. Under the direction of, under the guidance of, under the blessings of, under the permission of senior Vaishnavas. Use Rajaguna or Tamaguna. Now you are sick, you are taking rest, Tamaguna, some 1 week rest. But under the permission, under the blessings, under the permission, under the reason. And sometimes Rajaguna, we need to go and collect money, it's Rajaguna. We have to use all tactics. And it's not directly everything will come. People are very fond of their own money. They give, they have to use. That's why we don't cheat them, but we have to trick them. We have to trick them so little, not a direct good material is not a good quality. Sometimes we need to go and collect in a very wrong places also. But if we can use it for the purpose of the Lord, that Rajaguna is or Tamaguna, everything can be dovetailed. Therefore, asrama is not a matter. Whichever asrama you are there, whatever guna you are acting, is it completely for Krishna? Now what we are doing is, we are not doing completely for Krishna. Some personal things also mixing, that's why confusion comes. If somebody can act perfectly for Krishna with any guna, that is the highest. They say Suddha Sattva is beyond 3 guna, I tell always. These three gunas are subject to material platform, but the three gunas, when they are dovetailed for devotional service, that is called Suddha Sattva or Visiddha Sattva. That is devotion. Prabhupada was successful because of that. And now we cannot use very soft, sweet words to everybody, every place. We may need to have some use, but use it for completely in the devotional mode, I think. Any other questions, any other comments? Rajavatiya Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Should we call the person in
I could not hear properly.
I say like somebody is cleaning bathroom.
Somebody is
He's cleaning bathroom. Somebody is cleaning bathroom.
staying outside.
No, staying in the
Okay, and the ashram.
yeah, this is their service to clean bathroom. Some devotees, they are staying in ashram and they are cleaning bathroom. So, should we understand their mode of ignorance because they are cleaning bathroom?
They stay in the ashram and
They are staying in the ashram and they are cleaning bathroom.
creating.
Bathrooms, toilets.
Okay.
Toilets. So, should we understand that they are in mode of ignorance or something? And if somebody is collecting Lakshmi for the temple?
The simple answer is, if you consider Lord's feet is different from Lord's head. If you consider Lord's lotus feet is lower and Lord's head is higher, then the difference will come. Anything being done on the devotional platform, they have different meaning. As I told, this cleaning or any service is part of devotional activities or for serving the devotees, then this has the highest perfection. Actually, any devotee who comes first should clean the toilet, first to join. I don't know when I was there, that was the situation. They should not think they are high, their ego will come down. And it will be, I remember, when I joined, I got to clean the Prasadam hall. That was not a marble hall or something, construction was going, Kacha hall. Kacha means very crude hall. And once in a week, Sunday, we got to clean. It's like a bigger than this hall, double the time bigger. With soap solution, brush. You got to apply the brush and clean and all those things. And it looks like living in a good job, good position. The body doesn't bend easily. And after cleaning, one day I completed the cleaning of the big hall with the soap solution and all of that. Then one devotee, another devotee came. Prabhu, today is Maha cleaning. We need to do twice cleaning, second time. It was very painful to clean second time. Imagine one time itself almost I was new working as a hi-fi engineering and all those things, not to. But once I was cleaning, slowly the thought came in my mind, with this body, what are the nonsense we are doing? Why not how will I tune this body also to bring down to this reality? And how will I purify this body also? And I have to use the body in the menial service, the cleaning service, the toilet service, like that I can make this body also becoming purified and clean by serving the Vaishnavas differently. And imagine the thought came up of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cleaned Kundicha Mandir. You know how nicely cleaned everything. Lord, he was cleaning every nook and corner very gently. And what is, you know, all the Leela, how much he cleaned the Kundicha Mandir, how big process he did. I am doing in a very simple thing. Let me tune my body, let me clean my body, let me purify my body, let me conscious take it that way. And that way, we learn a lot of practical devotional service. Practical devotional service means your body and mind tunes together. Not that you do with the body with the hatred in the mind. Mind also loves and enjoys, you don't find the hatred. You don't find the difficulty. You start enjoying this all the service. And the body is an instrument for tuning the mind. Therefore, we are tuning through the body. All the menial service you do, you are trying to tune the body. And you are fortunate if you can clean the toilet, everything. Your mode will be, and you are serving Vaishnavas, not like, but everywhere you become humble, you will be doing. And sometimes the service will be physical. I remember that time that a mat and the temple was like 100 feet, single mat. And one devotee, very strong, energetic devotee, he called me one day for cleaning that mats, some 20 mats. We have to take it outside some hill lock, small hill lock, we have to put it dry. And he is holding other end, he is asking to hold other end. Oh, we'll remove the dust. He is very strong, he is holding, I am almost collapsing. After that, I heard the story, anybody comes for that service, next time they will not appear at all. But everything purifies, everything purifies. And therefore, please never consider this advancement. And you know, I cannot tell Jayananda Prabhu is the best example, well remembered devotee till the date everywhere because of his nature. He was president. Sometimes you can't see he was plucking the toilets. Somebody complains, oh, the toilet is blocking and he will be doing cleaning the things. He is a mechanical engineer. He was doing cleaning the toilets. And to the extent he got his name in the good name in the public also. And one of the officer, the devotees went for some purpose. They told, oh, Jayananda is there. That means something good is there. Even outside people were able to recognize his service. And nowadays, people want in action, not in talk. Politicians talk, but not in action. We are devotees, we need not to talk, we show in action. You do, others will do. You become humble, everybody will become humble. You create a new generation. We don't create a political generation. They talk, they don't do. But if we do, we don't talk. Amanina manadina, you don't expect anything. It's your duty, you do it. It is a pleasure for you to do it. It is my fortune, I will do it. That way you do the service. And it is a tamakuna. No, don't reduce it to tamakuna. It's the highest sutta sattva, visuddha sattva, devotional service. I remember when I started my first things in my new center, I got to go for book distribution in the small Vishnu temples. The temples, they always come and how much, they call it as a sale. How much sale? You did a good sale? They call sale only. Whatever you do, book distribution and other things. And it will be very embarrassing. And even the people who are selling flowers and all will be jealous with us. We have to fight with the common people and put a small table and give it. It will be very embarrassing, but we are doing for Krishna. We are suffering for Krishna. We are humiliated by Krishna, for Krishna. And Krishna will be more lovingly look at us. These are Prabhupada tells. When you suffer for Krishna, when you undergo humiliation, when you do humble service, Krishna will be more pleased. Do you want Krishna to be pleased? Or yourself wants your ego should be pleased? Therefore, this is one of the fundamental things we need to develop. Quality of humble, anything without expectation doing. That is a real way we can advance. Therefore, never consider this is a fortunate service. And there are a lot of examples in things for how to do very humble service. Once Ramanujacharya was visiting Tirumala, the top, and one of his acharyas, he had 5 Siksha Gurus, acharyas, assigned by Yamunacharya. He was coming out himself to welcome, bringing prasadam, everything on the way to Ramanujacharya. Then Ramanujacharya asked, can't you send somebody smaller than you, some simple people to give all these things? Why should you come yourself? Mahapurna, it is Mahapurna. I think Mahapurna. Then Mahapurna is answering, Guru to Ramanujacharya, who gave all Ramayanam teaching and everything. He tells, I checked all over the hill. Anybody is lower than me. I found I am the only lowest fellow. Therefore I go come here to meet. Not by words, by feeling. Therefore, in regarding service, or doing most humble service without, even you should not be proud you are doing most humble service, then you are lost. The moment you think I am doing most humble service, you are lost. Don't think that also. Then you are successful. Even that will create ego. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Jai Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.